welcome to my kitchen where today we're going to make some honey soy ginger thighs, chicken thighs. So it is awesome kind of Asian flair on some just yummy chicken. And you can serve that with potatoes, rice, however you want to put a spin on it. But this one is one of my favorites because the juice that you marinate it in actually becomes the cooking liquid and you just bake it all in it. So you'll see that as it comes together. Okay, but let's get started. So first you're gonna need about 2.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Yeah, you could do the skin on ones and sear it if you wanted to, but I like to use these. I need to use 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm gonna put everything in a big old bowl here. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. A teaspoon of grated ginger, or you could chop it if you don't have a mincer to mince it. We need 5 tablespoons of honey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tablespoons of honey. Okay, we need 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Trying to hold on to my spoon because my bowl is large. If I let go of that spoon, it's going down in everything. Okay, so soy sauce, 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put about 4 cloves of minced garlic. Yep, it's garlicky, but yummy. And then as much salt and pepper as you feel like you want. I'm doing about a teaspoon of salt. And if I could ever get it open, a teaspoon of salt. A generous amount of pepper. I did measure, just whatever feels good. That's what they say, measure with your heart. Okay, and now I'm just stirring this together. And you can see it really doesn't make a lot. That's okay. You don't need a lot. Okay. Now I'm going to open up my chicken. Put the boneless, skinless thighs in there. Okay, I'm going to very carefully open up. I'm going to only touch the knife I'm going to be using because I'm going to trim some of that fat. Now, if you were going to fry these first, you'd leave that on there and let it get crisp. But since I'm not, and I'm baking those, I'm going to trim them up a bit, just where they need it from the fat. And you need to let this marinate at least for an hour. At least for an hour. You could even do overnight if you wanted, but at least an hour. This chicken is so cold, it's nearly frozen. It's not frozen, but whew, it is. Got a little bit of ice crystals on it. It's that cold. Just trimming up the edges. You probably can't see what I'm doing very well, but I'll show you on one. And of course I get one that doesn't need to be trimmed. You can see the fat around the edges. That's not bad. That's not bad. But I like to take off what I can. There's one package. And I'm doing 2 packages. So just trimming off that ribbon of fat right there. Some people have definite strong feelings about that. They say fat is flavor, and it is. It is. I just don't like the feel of it after it bakes and it's still on there and it feels just a little chewy. I don't like that. See, look at all that. Can you imagine if that cooked? What that would be like in your mouth? Yeah, no thanks. Just trimming the fat. Another one with considerable fat on it. Now, if I wanted to, I could chop this all into pieces and I could batter dip it and fry it up and then use this same marinade as a sauce to put on at the end and toss it in. That would be tasty too. Okay, last one. And of course, there's about 2 places I need to trim. Okay, so let's got all of our chicken. Now I'm going to use my spoon. I could use my hands if I wanted to, but you just want to toss and make sure all the chicken gets some of that marinade on it. It doesn't have to be sitting in, a whole vat of it. It doesn't need to go swimming. It just needs to be coated. And that's what we're going for here. And that's all it needs, is to be coated. You could put this in a gallon size Ziploc bag, freezer bag, or you could do it in a bowl like I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. And put my lid on it. And then that is going in the refrigerator until I'm ready for dinner. Okay, so now we have had our chicken thighs sitting marinating in the refrigerator for well over an hour. You want at least an hour. So now I have a casserole dish that I have sprayed. The oven is preheating to 400, and I'm just going to lay these out in my casserole dish. I'm going to pour the liquid on, and I'm going to bake it for 35 to 40 minutes or until the chicken is cooked thoroughly, and then I will show you what it looks like afterward. Okay, and this is what our chicken looks like after 40 minutes in the oven at 400 degrees. I rotated it about halfway through to make sure each side is cooked completely. And if you like cilantro, I think this is awesome over the top. If you don't like it, obviously leave it off. You can also put some chopped parsley on there, okay? So I hope you give this a shot and talk to you again soon.